All right, Ken. Basically, what we're showing now is the Connect controller. The reason why we call it Connect is definitely, as I said, mentioned already probably in my previous video, is that you can connect directly to the machine as long as the end user has either an Ethernet connection or a Wi-Fi connection. We've maintained most of the symbols on the machine, so you'll see a semi-automatic, an automatic, and basically the multiple cutting program for the saw. I'll just explain it very briefly and make it very short as possible. When you type in semi-automatic, which we've left the cycle in, this page that you see here is basically a page where you can automatically program from a computer, sending all the information to the customer. So you're going to have client name, you're going to have the job name. So client name could be, let's say, I don't know, on-time fabrication that is working with the machine. The job name could be another sub-end user that he has. The material serial number or code is a description of the material that is on his material physically. They always have serial numbers. You can actually select round, solid, square, profiles, whatever. Material dimension, also the EASY or DIN or JIS numbers that all the materials have today. You also have the material group, material treatments, resistance, all information regarding the material. Again, all this data that we're seeing here can be sent from a computer. If I turn the page, this is my working page, okay? So my working page shows me on the top is basically the job configuration in semi-automatic. Customer name, job name, angle 1, angle 2. Again, we're in semi-automatic here, so there's basically not much to do. Customers won't be using this cycle a lot. The workpiece clear, blade motor start, machine start, stop function, zeroing function, your single cut time, your total cutting time, your laser on and off, your lamp on and on, your chip conveyor, your mist, and your coolant. Then we have here the three main movements, which would be your angle, which is 0, and the possibility of moving the machine plus or minus, or typing in directly whatever angle you want to go to. Your Y position, which is basically the movement of the head, the bow, and your X axis, which is the shuttle in feed, right or left. So minus or plus, you can manually move it by typing in that number over there. You send it to whatever length you want. This is the nice part I think we've really done up. This is the feed rate, so your amperage control. You can modify that at any given time. Your feed rate, so if you want, let's say the 4,500 mil, we want to clash the blade in, you can do that. Or you can modify the 35 meters per minute, okay? Plus or minus, again, you can adjust those values. Now remember, all these values can be preset from your computer directly to the machine, all right? You can still operate opening devices, closing devices in manual mode. So whenever, any given time, the operators do want to use that function, which they need to load the material in, they can use that, okay? Your automatic page, basically, is your automatic page. Again, the same database that you can build up in. The neat feature here is the angle. So basically here you would type in your angle 1, here you would type in your angle 2, your bar height, and these would be definitely the different configurations of what materials and what shapes you need them. So once you select the figure that you need, you basically type in whatever angle, the height of the material, which is very important in these cases, and whatever length you want. And automatically the machine will show the figure. That will come out on the screen. Again, your working page of the machine. Very simple. That's about it regarding the automatic programming. Now if we go back to the saw, we have the Q cycle, which is basically the multiple programs that you put in. So your Q name, your program, Q, another list will come up, but again, this is all something that we'll see in detail once the software is completely finished. If I go back again, this is basically a calendar that we put in. No, sorry, this is the user's manual. So we're going to have the user's manual uploaded directly to the screen, other than giving the paperwork. But here you can basically go onto the user's manual of the saw. We're also going to have a a quick manual to show you how to operate the machine very quickly, step by step. But this will be the user's manual. The capacity of cutting, hydraulic vertical vices, any data sheet that we're going to be putting in. Also, we have a maintenance and replacement page where it'll tell you when to exchange certain parts, suggested anyways. A video tutorial of how to change a blade, for example. A video tutorial how to lubricate the linear guides on the machine. Your service jobs, you can load automatically all the service jobs that you're...
This is a report of technical assistant.
So basically all your service jobs, Dave can go onto the machine, type in the service jobs and put them in, okay? And the machine will register that. We also have a calendar that we've put onto the machine. The calendar basically gives you the possibility to load your Monday job, your Tuesday job, your Wednesday job, your Thursday job. That's going to all come up into the controller. Production, this is the setup. So, you know, this is basically for the service techs, looking at what the cutting head, the feeder, the hydraulic unit, you know, standard procedures, if any maintenance has to be done on the saw. These are the parameters of the machine. I won't get into that. That's basically the setup again. This is basically going to be your troubleshooting for MEP. If you press on that, remote service support of the machine.
Quello da niente.
Remote service, that's basically a checklist
Yeah.
of where you need to add that, and these are the alarms of the machine. Once you press on the alarm, the machine will actually tell you what you need to look for. So you can enable or disable signals relating to that alarm. It'll basically give you a full test of what the emergency, like for example, the emergency stop is pressed. It'll tell you, okay, we can check the contacts if they're normally closed or normally open. Probably the horn's not working on the emergency stop. Could be very simple. Put it on, put it off. So we're basically sending a direct signal to that input or output. And again, the other feature being so far away is the remote possibility of us giving you service and support if this machine gets sent, you know, in Ayers Rock. So looks very nice. Customers like it. USB port, enable button, reset, emergency stop. That's basically what the controller looks like. Hope you like it.